Very good morning. Today we will take up an very interesting and you can say the uh, current or latest type of metamorphism, that is extraterrestrial metamorphism. For that we have to understand the various other types of metamorphism and then we will talk of this extraterrestrial metamorphism. Now what you can see in this diagram means the different type of metamorphism. First of all, let us just I want to clear your concept. In such, metamorphism is a process involving changes in the mineral composition and for microstructure, or you can say and or means there is a process involving changes in the mineral composition and or microstructure of a rock, that is your texture, dominantly in the solid state. The process is mainly due to an adjustment of the rock to physical conditions that differ from those under which the rock originally formed and also differ from physical conditions normally occurring at the surface of the earth and in the zone of diagenesis. The process may coexist with partial melting and may also involve changes in the bulk composition of the rock. So that changes takes place in the solid states due to change in the physical conditions. Right. Now the various type of metamorphisms that have been classified or they have been defined, like your regional metamorphism, your dislocation metamorphism, which you can notice in this. I will not take in detail that, but you can see this is burial metamorphism, ocean floor displacement, hydrothermal metamorphism, dislocation metamorphism, like this pyrometamorphism, and so on and so on. So these are different types of metamorphisms, and in brief we can just talk of, that is, regional metamorphism is a type of metamorphism which occurs over an area of wide extent that affecting large rock volume and is associated with large scale tectonic processes such as ocean floor spreading, crustal thickening related to plate collision, deep basin subsidence. So this is regional as the name says, and this is due to mainly the plate tectonics. Then your local metamorphism is a type of metamorphism of limited area which extend in which metamorphism may be directly attributed to a localized cause such as magmatic intrusion, faulting or meteoric impact. So this extraterrestrial metamorphism is, you can say, comes under local metamorphism, and this is extraterrestrial metamorphism. In this there is the means due to the impact of meteorite, you can say it. So the metamorphism which is due to intense rapid deformation following the impact of extraterrestrial bodies onto the earth surface, means when some extraterrestrial body strikes the earth surface, the result changes in that rock is your, that will be called extraterrestrial metamorphism. Particles of the extraterrestrial matter, that is your meteorite, arise regularly, or you can say they frequently arrive regularly in the vicinity of the earth. They enter the atmosphere with wide velocities in the range of 5 to 20 km per second. Due to the effects of relative velocities plus acceleration in the earth's gravitational field, interaction with the atmosphere sort the particles of the extraterrestrial matter according to their size. Small particles are burnt up by friction before they strike the ground. Meteors, then particles of intermediate size are slowed down so that fragments fall onto the surface relatively undamaged as meteorites, while the largest particles are only slightly slowed down and strike the surface at high speed, which produces shock metamorphism. So this extraterrestrial metamorphism is also known as the shock metamorphism, and what I said, they can have the localized effect, so they come under the your local metamorphism, which we take up in that our class, that in early classes, that is the local metamorphism. This means this is a shock metamorphism or extraterrestrial metamorphism takes place extremely quickly during a few seconds, 2 seconds, means the duration, because the impact that there is for few seconds, and the duration of this is very small, very short. In this brief interval, temperatures of several thousand degrees centigrades and pressure in excess of 100 kilobar may be reached. So this is very interesting, and will be, because generally we in geology the processes of metamorphism or whatever it is, that takes in years, millions of years, but this shock metamorphism duration is very short, right? Because this is extraterrestrial matter that strikes the rocks on the earth, and this during the few second to seconds brief interval, temperature of several thousand degrees and pressure excess of say 100 kilobar may be recorded. Now the interesting, that most important famous impact site in the world, this is because these have been noticed, observed in the earth surface at many places, and naturally then they have been explained as your extraterrestrial, due to extraterrestrial impact, and the change in the rocks has been designated as extraterrestrial metamorphism. So most important famous impact site in the world, that is in the Meteor Crater, Arizona, USA. So this has been noticed and studied and found that this is due to the impact of the extraterrestrial, that is meteorite, and the change in the rocks, they have been named as extraterrestrial metamorphism. The meteorite falls approximately, or the meteorite this at USA, Arizona, this meteorite fell approximately 15,000 years ago onto a flat lying Permian to Triassic rocks of your Colorado Plateau. That is the geological that plateau, that is Colorado Plateau, and that is in your Arizona, USA. The other example of this shock metamorphism is at Nordling, you can say Nordlinger Rise crater in Germany. So at these two places, that is your, you can say that Arizona and your Arizona in USA, and the other place is Nordlinger Rise crater in Germany. Here this shock metamorphism or extraterrestrial metamorphism has been observed, and as such, because this term whenever you come across, don't get confused, and it, as far as the classification of types of metamorphism is concerned, you should be very clear, because these are the local effects, and once they have the local effect, means this naturally a part of the local metamorphism. That may, the local other types of local metamorphism may be, that may be due to the magmatic intrusion, or by this sort of this impact of meteorite. So the extraterrestrial metamorphism, as such, if it comes, as the word say extraterrestrial, means the source is for this of these pressure temperatures extraterrestrial, or from the extraterrestrial bodies. So as such, the metamorphism, which is due to intense rapid deformation following the impact of extraterrestrial bodies onto the earth surface. It's very clear, right? And they come, the larger particles or the fragments of this extraterrestrial bodies comes with a high velocity, and they strike the rocks, and they having temperatures of thousands of degrees and pressure of more than 100 kilobar, and the changes or that metamorphism takes place is also called shock metamorphism or extraterrestrial metamorphism. And the word examples just I have said have been noticed in your Meteor Crater, Arizona, USA, and your Nordlinger Rise crater in Germany. So such other places can also be found out and worked, and the naturally all will become under the category of extraterrestrial metamorphism or shock metamorphism. Now, the other types of metamorphisms which you must have studied means, depending upon where it takes place, is the orogenic metamorphism, the type of metamorphism of regional extent related to development of orogeny. So broadly what we can do is that these metamorphisms broadly we can divide into regional and local, and in regional it will be your orogenic, burial and ocean metamorphism, whereas in local it will be your hydrothermal, contact, and under contact it will be your under this local, this is your contact, dislocation, impact, hot slab, combustion, lightning, like this. Means the effect is local, and the source can be your even lightning. When lightning takes place in during rainy season, due to that also there is a fall of this and rocks, there is change, or you can say there is metamorphism takes place, that will be lightning metamorphism, that is also local, right? So lightning metamorphism, naturally the source is from the earth as such, whereas in extraterrestrial metamorphism the source is from the, you can say, outside the earth. But the lightning, this metamorphism will naturally be of a smaller or of low compared to that of your extraterrestrial, because in extraterrestrial the speed and the temperature, acceleration, and the hit rocks on the earth will be have greater impact on that. So these all comes under your local metamorphism. And so this extraterrestrial metamorphism as such, when we talk of this, is means the metamorphism which is due to the intense rapid deformation following the impact of extraterrestrial bodies onto the earth's surface. That is the source of that. And naturally what will they have? They will have high temperature, pressure. So the source is extraterrestrial in that sense, that you should understand. And the other name for this is also a shock metamorphism. So you need once you understand, or the concept is clear, means you should have the clear concepts. This means this is first of all, this is in the category of local metamorphism, and in the local also the source is from the extraterrestrial, or that is the meteorites that fall on the earth, and due to their impact the rocks on the earth get metamorphosed to a local extent, and naturally that is called your shock or extraterrestrial metamorphism. Thank you. That's all for today. Have a good day. See you.